I've said it before and I've said it again. It's starting to get crowded here with these great powers surrounding us. So, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Imperator of Thebes, which, well, as I've just said here on the intro here, we have expanded once more. We have expanded into the northern regions of northwestern Anatolia to link up with the rest, including some enclaves that are part of, Phrygia. So we're able to successfully link up with the rest. But what to do with some of the lands above? Well, since due to the proximity of the allies, we'll bring this down. All three of the fortresses. Certainly no nearby threats here. I'd build one here, just in case. Since we do have a coast up there, and a port for that matter. We even expanded up to as far as Colchis. Yes, Colchis. The place where Jason traveled east and brought back the Golden Fleece. Yes. That's going to be the future Boeotia colony. Which we could make it happen right now. Let's see. It's a found colony, which, of course, their culture won't be too happy, but I think we can wait. And the loyalty will go down, but that's only if the ocean populations of mine will be sent from there. Because I'm not saying that the metropolis of ours is getting too crowded. No, we still provide plenty of food for them. It is not yet crowded. But speaking of crowded, we're going to create another army. Because I noticed that, well, we have camels now, so that will put them to use. Like, we'll create another army, but those are going to be mainly garrisoning the in Cyrenaica down there. Cyrenaica or Cyrenaica, depending on who you ask about what's the correct pronunciation. Anyways, so for starters, it takes time to get camel cavalry, so what should we consist of? Doing a little bit of math in my head. I mean, one, start with archers. Oh, and also here's another thing about this episode of what's about to happen. Watch. The game shall be held. Here it is. Old loyalties and allegiances in the monarch are never entirely tied to the state, but rather to the monarch. With the death of Cassandra, Aristodemon, or else, our grasp over the various parts of our empire loosens ever so slightly. It will be up to Anaximandros, Aristodemon, to once again strengthen our hold and win the hearts of his people and prove himself more than just a new face on the coins. Long live the monarchy. Yes, great Cassandra. She's finally passed away. So Anaximandros rose to the throne and will now rule our glorious nation. Even though he has no martial skill, no finesse, but he's got charisma and he's got some zeal. And of course, stability has dropped. Will drop even more so due to the aggressive expansion. So Cassandra has died of severe inflammation by the age of 76. She was the Basilissa of the Hellenic League. She was the founder of the Hellenic League. She founded United Greece. And under her rule, she expanded the Hellenic League from Cyrenaica to, let's bring up the regions. So, Asia, Cilicia, Phrygia, Bithynia, Thrace, and even Colchis. Since she was blind for a good second half of her life, when people described to her of those lands, she would be delighted to know. But now, we must fight in another war, which Unfortunately, it's a war that we started 5 years ago, but we found no means of how to end it because the enemy that we originally fought against is gone now. But the allies who allied with our enemy will continue to fight in their place, especially Egypt. So now we have taken interest in a new front, which we never really fought there in a sense of a major war, but now it is. But it's with reason. And it'll be up to Anaximandros to take the task, and to keep any character loyal to the state. So here's what we know. He definitely cannot lead an army himself, nor... this is what we know. He is incapable, which is what reduces finesse, so he gets less holdings income. Since he's governor of Greece, and as a ruler, he's not going to be too popular. But he's cautious, so if he was to lead an army, it would have increased reinforcement army morale recovery. But he is also last, which won't get as much omen power. So he's not that good. He only has one son, which unfortunately the base isn't looking good for him. So in the future, he might become a weak king, unless we could try to improve him. Since he's a scholar, so he's not going to be a military man in his future. But he'll definitely have the research and technology speed whenever he becomes king. And since we are creating a new army, of course, every army needs a general. And we found a great Greek man to lead a new army that'll be sent to this front. To the Western Desert campaign. Western Desert War. Nicandros Menepid. He hails from Halicarnassos, city-state. Here's what I have interest in. Yes, he's foolish, but he's not going to be a ruler. He's disciplined. So if he was a commander, troops will be disciplined. And he's also energetic. And he's also brave, which helps him in the morale armies even more. And he's honest, so he'll never accept a bribe. Or a bride, if he were to have a family for himself. I want to befriend this man. We need to get him out of Halicarnassos, recruit him, and he will be managing the new army that is under construction. The real question is, who's to be the tutor? I don't know about you, but I'll give this position to you since you're not good at anything else. And no, I am not taking command of this army, although I would love to, but that is out of the question. Oh yeah, these are Olympic competitors. What the hell am I looking at? Although I could lead it myself, but... it could help with my popularity, you know, when leading an army. I mean, it would look good in uniform, but still. Not going to give it to anybody else. Because this is the only army in the world, in the Hellenic League, that I believe that... this is the one that should not be manned by any general, but be loyal only to the state, in case of civil wars. Where any loyal general that'll be willing... So, we're going to befriend this man while we will come up with a composition of what kind of army is it going to be, which we plan on including camel cavalry. So you've got your archers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. The brave part is of morale of arms. And we know that the Theban heavy infantry is notoriously expensive, so 8 archers, 6 heavy infantry, so that would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now the camel cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And some supply chains go along with it. Yeah, you got it. Now we have to bring in the Ionian in here. This case. Bring the fleet to Athens. Station itself in Athens in preparation when everybody's present. The official diplomatic channels offer many ways to impress and show our respect to Nicandros. Diplomatic envoys, perhaps, is the most obvious, bringing gifts and publicly expressing our desire for friendship. We could also send a religious delegate to tour our temples of his country, or attempt to win the favor of Nicandros with the choice of our opposing soldiery. That's why we're creating this new army, because his martial skills is very high. So we need a best army general to offer, because our best general is stationed in Colchis. And I have no time, no mood of getting him down here. Manpower covers nicely. Got enough, so send a lavish religious delegation. How many friends do I have? I am friends with Menedemos, General of the Second Army, and Abreus, General of the Fourth Army, and uncle of Governor of Asia. It's good that I'm friends with generals, despite the fact that I am not a military man by any stretch of the imagination. Going back to the Hellespontus. Whoa! Get out of here. What the hell are you doing hogging up all the food? I didn't know this place was starving because of the army that's stationed over here. Anyways, wild beasts from the far corners of the earth make for eye-catching and exotic gifts. Various merchants throughout the region offer a wide range of creatures, both for arena and private owners, from Scythian colts to Nubian leopards. The question is, which impressive beast to send? Only a tiger is sure to win him over. Get off of that land. This was originally made for guard duty, but I don't think there'll be much enemy opposition. Of all the ways of making friends, a gift is perhaps the oldest and simplest. In a world of politics, well-shared generosity and unconditionally has more influence than kind words of affection. How much is the friendship of Nicandros worth? The state has deep pockets. We spent a good deal of money to create this new army. Pelagonia. Well, spend more money then, but at least it'll keep them loyal. and start getting my popularity up. Don't spend so much money at once, jeez. Just help my wife. May never know that we'll get another child out of it. She's still in a childbearing age. Storm delayed, don't leave yet. Our efforts to encourage a friendship between Maximandros and Negandros have paid off. Okay. Come on in. And I know that increases the aggressive expansion a bit just for recruiting, but we need talent. And he will always remain loyal, since we granted him the citizenship. This Ionian Greek here, from Halicarnassos, is going to be our own. If he's good enough to me, I may even adopt him, even though our family's concern is... We're not much of a sizable family, but it's been good these days. Tell you what, now that you're here, you are to take command of this great army. You could use higher morale, better discipline in combat, even though this is a rather an unusual army for you. It consists of archers, heavy infantry, and camel cavalry. It's the army of Seneca, unofficially. Main tactic will be bottlenecks. Start drilling a little bit for the time being until you get your full morale up and enough food supplies for a short trip here before you get further supplies along the way. Further reinforcements will soon be sent your way. Usually through there. Once that fortress is built, pull back a little. I don't want to leave during a storm. Antipagos is lost. That's in modern-day Tobruk. Now the question is, will they continue to advance to there? Because I noticed when I checked for peace negotiations, they want all of this. America and Seneca, they have desires for this. Their allies are in Egypt, that's the reason why they pulled back. At least that'll buy us time. While our fleet will continue to blockade this fleet, they aren't going anywhere while we make a tiny bit of income for blockading. You crazy people. Yes, we're losing that war a bit, but there's no war goal. But the war enthusiasm for Egypt is high. Just hang on. You moved a little. Why aren't you advancing any further? And I can understand why the Egyptians had to pull back, because of our allies' participation. See? This is who we're dealing with here. An Egyptian. When is your birthday? Next March. Care about the national taxes. It's been a long time since I took a good look at the treasures, because I don't even know what treasures have we gained. Because we've just gained so much territory that I don't even know where anymore. No. Ah, that's in Crete. Lady of the Nets. That's also in Crete. Olympic Reef. It's in Athens. This is in Megara. Olympia and Delos. This is mainly in Greece. Delos. Zephnos. I got so many treasures that I don't even know. What do we have even more? Anyways, you ready? 20,000 strong. And figuring the supply limit. Yeah, it's all good. Except further down here. Like, if you need a place to resupply, it's going to be here. Perhaps we can increase the size a little. But I think, what's the difference between a camel cavalry and horse archers? Food storage is one thing, because, you know, they're camels. They eat less than horses. Less damage from attrition. They move the same speed as the heavy cavalry, but they're more maneuverable. In fact, more maneuverable than light cavalry. They do more damage against archers, chariots, horse archers even. Light infantry. Compared to them, they... same, but more damage. But this has more damage. This is just last longer. Thinking about bringing heavy cavalry along. Or possibly light infantry. That's out of the question, because it defeats the purpose. So, give me 4 heavy cavalry. And after 120 days, and once you link up with the rest, then we shall go. Imperator Freeman to Delos. Sure. Now they're going to be retaking all those areas that they've occupied, but now the other Egyptian armies are about to, well, about to clobber them. And they'll soon turn their attention again to the other front. Ooh, pregnant. Hope for another son, please. 2 daughters is one thing, but give me another son. What is your due date again? Because I did not pay attention. This coming August. An infection you can handle. If the condition doesn't worsen. After you get to cavalry, then you're off to Seneca. Yes, another son. Right. Let me stretch here. Think of a list of Greek names. Lysistratus. Not what I had in mind. Let me see. Forget. I'm an Aximandros. My son is Aristobulus. Trying to think of a Greek name we do not typically see around here, based on what I've seen. What's your name? Nicandros. Well, got a similar name. Similar sounding name. I think that I should go for. How about Alexandros? Yeah, similar. Andros, here. We know what you mean. Now prove legitimacy, because if your younger brother Alexandros turns out to be any better, then it will know more. Because I'll be around to raise him. For me, I'm just going to be another, king who sits in the back. So basically, our guys are just going to keep harassing him, while we'll soon deploy them to the. At least the preferred area is my area. He's about to be 100% better. So that's his army then. 8 archers, 4 cavalry, 4 heavy cavalry, 6 heavy infantry. This will be deployed to the desert. And he's the best general of the entire army. What are they up to? Where are they going? If it goes this way, then deploy it here. No, it's going to the Hellespontus. You're not taking up any food, are you? Good. I got my eye on him. A bit suspicious. It's a small army with a bad general. Heading into the Aegean. I don't think you'll catch him. Let's see what we can do. Don't leave. Wait till he gets further away. What are these bastards up to? Unless they have another war. No indication. Get ready to depart. Really? You want to become a great warrior? You sure about that? I'm not sure about you, but... Great warrior? Honestly, you'd be better off as a politician. Look, even if you do improve it, it's still going to be comparatively low, so I'm going to have to change that. I'm sorry. He doesn't have any of those traits, so it's better off that he would receive an oratory ambition. Be stationed here in case they come back. But they're going far. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, they're far enough. Set off. We'll be deployed there first. Just play it safe. No sign of the big Egyptian forces. They're pretty much busy taking them. Judea! Judea, you mad bastard. What are you fighting for? Eastern Delta. You fabricated a claim because I did not see you have a cast. Do you even have a cast spell against the Persian Empire? Don't even think about it. I think they're stretched thin at this point. But let's not get hasty on retaking these areas. One at a time. Where the hell did they go? Oh boy. A hot-headed slave of a talented warrior by the name of Gordius has been stirring up his fellow bondsmen in the city of Tatula. Local authorities have so far managed to keep the situation under control, but the Brazen Fold continues to hold forth on the corruption and unfairness of the political system, with an axe of Mandros of Stedemon receiving honorable mentions. Slave population the entire province of Mysia of Bethany. Despite now heard of his exploits, and the city elites and slave owners are demanding immediate action to ensure the status quo is not disturbed further. Any slave rebellion is crushed before it can be allowed to ferment. Not charismatic at all. Divide the group and deal with the leader. So bring at least 3 armies. And these 2 I'm going to be coming with. Fall back. One at a time. This is the one with the elephants. Oh, here it is. Here's our chance. Attack! Bad move on our part. We may lose some ships here. We only lost 3 ships. But we took 9 to compensate our loss. So we lost another one, but we took another to compensate. 4 more trains. Exactly. So they captured our ships. We didn't. None of ours got sink. fleet's been dealt with for repairs. Saronica's on the move while we're trying to deploy here. Just to show what we're capable of. One more army to pick up. They will be staying there to keep on reserve if things get out of hand here. We even took Alexandria. Which, to be fair, they have not had a fortress since we destroyed it way back when. So they're mainly focused on Judea. But I do not want to expand, because our aggressive expansion is high enough. But we may assist the Judean force. If they call us for war against them, I'll be there. For once. I can begin their march now since they've gone over there prematurely. Again, we built the road long ago. It makes travel down easier. That was General Third Stratus. Merciful or master. I think I could use someone like you. Or master. Now who's gonna run this on? Guess this man. Since he's particularly unremarkable. Okay, we're taking it back. Want a white piece out of here. It's good to have some assistance from Serenica, but the thing is about them is they will be integrated to us in a couple of years' time. When again? 6:30. Even though we could increase the speed of it by switching to domineering stance, but I'm in no rush. They're rather a useful lot to us. Damn, barely afforded it to maintain a whole army. Gee, what happened? I guess it wasn't just the army deployed over there. I believe it's rather just... Naximandros has become good-natured. Subject's opinion up, and can hold more friends if need be. Pulling back again. Again, kind state process of annexation. Now, what say you? Want a white piece now? What do you say? Where? That tiny port? No. White piece is enough. I don't want any aggressive expansion. And you must be mad to be thinking of that. It's part of the Colchis region. But this is another province. I'm thinking all of this, that would link up here. Seems like a good idea in theory. But do we necessarily want to control more of this region now? This has become the place to be. This totally unknown land that is client state subject transfer. They won't go for it. Not if we till we get rid of that. Just white piece out of here, alright? Stop this stupid nonsense. And get back to the original post. At least head to Loris. And we may join Judea's war if they ever called for us. And that's the way it is. Unfortunately. So blockade's ended. We're gonna go pick up everybody. We're only gonna be leaving this one army that will remain stationed here for the time being. This has the highest supply limit. Not sure about leaving you over there, but we're going to be sending you over there just to pick you up, just in case if we're going to be mobilized to another big war. But if Judea calls, I'll be there. Just say when. Though they want the Eastern Delta. I would love to have the whole Delta myself if I had my druthers to expand Egypt into other places. We don't have any claims in any of those areas, but start fabricating them. Starting with the Western Delta. And don't forget Magahalas. Campania. What is this area called? Upper Square. Just in case. Back to your original post. Can barely afford another army with creating that new one, which will be the army of Srenica. At least she'll be forever be loyal to me, so no need to. Oh boy, scandal. You lose your position. Which is, by the way, my family. You're fired and not fired. Well-known, documented thing that we have a habit of doing. Okay, now we can get the aggressive expansion down faster. Gee, this is a mess. Shuffling all this around. We try to expand it here. These guys will join up to not part of Colchis region, so ignore that. But we may get Gogok. That's what that area is called. They have no army. Just settlements, no cities. In Gogok region, which again, it's Siberian as well. This is all they have left. There is a navy, but no army of the Antigonid. So probably expanding our presence to Iberia in the future, unless Persian Empire beats us to it. Which, there is a rebellion. 99% for, well, they've been occupied whole. So they try to break away, but looks like they failed in that. Yep, all gone now. They want to go Gog. They do have a claim in Iberia. Possible civil war in the future because it's not only a great power, but also there's some tyranny going on there. And the head of the Seleucid family ain't having it. So screw it. We'll consider expanding. That's what they're referring to. And these guys are always going to be suspicious against us. So. But it's guaranteed by Persian Empire, so we can't interfere. Anytime, even though we're at peace still with them. But if we join your war, we'll break up peace, and then we'll definitely make an advance and grab Alexandria and the rest of the Delta, which would no doubt benefit us hugely for not only manpower but economy. So much economy that I think we can just create a whole new fleet that we can afford. And no doubt Rome will expand very aggressively at this current rate. Carius Costian man has appeared on our borders today, claiming a son from his captors in Kos. Additionally promised us rich land in his home country, should we seek to exact vengeance on his behalf. No place for you. I like to have my popularity. Dysentery. Lower the fort maintenance. Egypt is angry. There's no way that Judea can defend itself. Unless you call for our help, and we will most definitely be there. We'll definitely be ready and waiting. Risk of rebellion. Barca. Potential rebellion in Barca? The heck? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, there's a big drop. What are you doing trying to civilize these folks? Give them harsh treatment, damn you! Very corrupt. I ought to bring you on trial for this. If you keep that up. Former general. That's what you're going to be doing now. Very corrupt. We'll think about it. We're thinking about putting them on trial. This is why I bring most of the forces to there, because I knew that area would be unruly. Some say that throughout the Hellenic League there's one constant. The deeds and character of Hieronymus. They precede him from the village to the capital to the shabbiest border town. Hieronymus has risen to great prominence and position as public servant and aristocrat. Though his legendary private stories has the ear of everybody worth knowing in Thebes. He could no doubt make a useful domestic ally. Very zealous of you. What of it? So Barca might rebel because there's a big drop in loyalty. If a rebellion does occur here, we have our best general to take care of that. Whoops. No grain. Step on over. And mix it up a bit. It's the lack of food that gets us into trouble. And plus, Barco's the area where it hardly has any food. I get it now. This has more food because we actually have storage, which add more grain storages here. Because we don't have full control of Barca, and that is the reason why we have to integrate them, so we can get the rest of Barca. And then eventually, we'll start, colonizing the coast eventually. Even though sometimes barbarians do pop up there. Well, we haven't really heard anything from them. Oh, hold on. I gotta take this call. Righty. Just nothing important. Just a little thing. Talking about the phone call. We still haven't fabricated. I mean, the aggressive expansion's causing all that to slow down. So, we have Tarentum, Lucania, Apulia. Have that fabricated. Central Delta. And it looks like Egypt is definitely going to make some gains. It's going to be their piece of vengeance. And this is just in case. They won't be intervening in Egyptian affairs, but they are, however, guaranteed by Persian Empire. Now they're even bringing in their influence into their affairs. So the Persian Empire is really serious of throwing its weight around here. Current War of Armenia, which that would mean that Persian Empire is going to expand up here as well. Enough already! Also, what are you doing up here? I wonder why you're losing this war, because you didn't bring your whole army en masse down here. Because Egypt has you blocked. Unfortunately, there's no risk to them that can qualify this, so give it to him. I'm very reluctant to do this, but I'm gonna do this just to save face. For my family's sake. I'm taking command of this army personally. God damn it. Oh, really? Anabasis. This is a common method of restoring faith in the regime. It involved lengthy tours around the satrapies or provinces constituting a realm. Yeah, we know how unruly this area can be at times. But it's this whole province, that's the problem, so... Go on a bit of a tour here. Not good. There's gotta be a way to... If you're thinking what I'm thinking, that's gonna cost you some aggressive expansion. Alright, gained royal visitation for 24 months, so for 2 years here. Harsh treatment while royal visitation. I never knew that feature, because I don't often lead my army. This is why I brought him in the first place. So, be stationed here for 2 years. Until all hell breaks loose again. While Egypt is going to continue mercilessly advance in all these areas. Oh, damn it. I'll make a public appearance. How dare you jinx me? I'm trying to have a royal visit in Phrygia here. Their army is larger than ours. I just continue to shake my head in horror. A self-avowed rival of Bessus and Maximandros, the scheming Damophan is doing his best to turn our loyal servants against us. Up to now, he's had little success. Our reports have reached us that one of the distinguished generals spent a great deal of time with them. We shudder to think that vicious lies are being fed to him. These dumb-ass concepts. I'll just say very troubling. Don't worry about him. It's not something I'm going to hold my grudge against. yesterday is not going very well, but it is highly likely that Egypt will take part. Damn it, 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 damn it. It's all the way down here. He's no good. I'll give him some other position then. Not corrupt. What's he good for? I got some for you. Yeah. That's gonna slow it down. Ah, Stabilis, you've grown up. Man, you're the worst. You're the dirt worst primary heir that I've seen. Though you cautious you may be, and you seek a political marriage, and I hope Alexandros here will turn out to be better than him. I mean, in theory, I could find a good spouse for him to make up for it, but of course there's quite a bit of an age difference these days. 1, 2, 5. God. Look here. I'm just shaking my head in horror. This is the worst heir I've ever had. Alright, I'm in my 40s. Hell, even Alexandros can lead better than you. I'm not saying that skill-wise, but this is just me being, I don't know. I was about to say, but it says being blunt, which he will have less charisma. But, yeah, that's not gonna do much for... We can never, ever have perfect heirs in this dynasty. Not in this playthrough. Not now, then, ever. I think the press sounds about right for Maximandros. Because quite honestly, I just don't feel it, man. I got this terrible excuse of a son. Probably gonna be similar to what happened with the situation with my brother. The General of the Second Stratos of Syndicate. So again, he'll have no charisma for the time being. But I hope his marshal will improve just a little bit. I mean, zeal's alright, but can't give guaranteed anything. Selective immunity. Oh, just raise the price of grain. Don't think about being corrupt. Corruption is bad and you know it. again, we're just fabricating claims just to be ready for future major wars. Which once again Rome has expanded big time and they have connected. No cities. It's all crap land, one would think. But they have about as much manpower as we do. I don't know what's tougher in the future, fighting against Rome or dealing with Persian Empire. We could definitely deal with Egypt. Having Egypt to ourselves would be very beneficial to us. Carthage can be worried about later. They really picked them up, but I believe they did that to hire mercenaries. I think that's deliberate. Eastern Delta. Well, one more. That's for Calabria. Galahas. In general. What if there are any Roman armies that are stationed up there? We'll deal with them too, but there's no need for us to expand up into these regions of Thrace, Macedonia, and Illyria. That would be well out of our way. Really. What's a bigger threat, Rome or Persian Empire? Carthage would be like third place on my tier of biggest threat of the world to Hellenic interests. Check it. It's like in a future conflict against them. We'll be fighting for all that. They do not have a cash spell against Persia. But they could potentially unite rest of India. Really, they made Aracosia a satrapy of theirs? I thought Persia had it. A ship of state. The renowned philosopher Caragus and Hosei, one of the Anatolians, believes that the world will never be free from its evils till the kings and princes will have the spirit and power of philosophy. The ship of state must be captained only by men of wisdom, benevolence, and authority. Erdag has identified Anaximandros as one with the potential to learn the true virtues of ruler and is diligent to the Who is our philosophers? Allowance. Also, has it been 2 years since I made my royal visit? Has not been recently visited. Oh, it's gonna end soon. See if we can keep that up. As we stated before. And that's going to be a question that will soon be answered in the next episode. What is a bigger threat? Rome or Persian Empire? Or Carthage? I mean, no doubt we're ready for war. And we're ready for it financially. But can we really take them all on all different fronts? It's going to be a lot of turf to deal with. Now they're taking on Bithynia Superior. That means... Oh, they took it too! They just won't stop. Great philosopher storms out of Palace of Rage, cursing Anaximandros' name. As it goes, he loudly and publicly declares that he's an unteachable, narrow-minded buffoon, unfit to govern a herd of goats. Gone off to Thrace. Take that old jump back. I am honestly horrified at the fact that Persian Empire is now even... They are trying to be like the Achaemenid Empire, aren't they? They may be our trading partner, but damn it, this is too much! That's all I gotta say. It's too damn much! Now we move up to rank number 1. Persian Empire is the biggest threat to Hellenic interests. There goes the Admiral of that nothing fleet, which will remain so. Unless we merge in with another. What I fear, since if the Persian Empire does manage to get up here, plus that's not their only war. They do have access to it, you know. They didn't take all of it. So that means now we can't expand that way. They haven't touched Iberia yet. So the only logical place to expand is Iberia for Colchis. Or go west to Magal House. They don't have much of a fleet compared to ours. But their armies are very well disciplined. On offensive, they're on par with our Thebes heavy infantry. And Judea has lost a big amount of territory. Egypt has satisfied their peace of vengeance. So I tell you what, we will make an expansion. We will start making gains again. In a prolonged war, obviously, by then, when the aggressive expansion slows itself down a little. Which again, Egypt would be the less costly option. Because their manpowers are exhausted, but if, you know, if we advance into Libya and into the Delta areas, which is the only areas we should take, this would definitely, based on the amount of cities, supply limits, and economy, this would definitely hurt them in the long run. And then they would be forced to become a backwater country. Though large, but they won't be a threat anymore once they're dealt with. So, no doubt this would improve their treasury significantly. Do that one more time. For 2 years. Okay, figure it out. Just looking at all this. Oh, I'm so sorry for you, Judea. You've fallen back to a regional power, because the Egyptians finally got their piece of vengeance. Only because you didn't bring your damn army back every time. And now it's too late to... And the access. Why didn't Persia give me your demands? But anyways. Yeah, I think I figured it out by now. What's going to be our next move? It's better than nothing for Alexandros. Start moving our armies to Cyrenaica. Fight against Egypt. In fact, fabricate claim with them one more time, and that's for the Libya region. So that way it'll cost less. Which that claim will be fully fabricated in time. Not to mention, this will also be Cyrenaica's last major war with us. It's time to put Egypt out of its misery. We've tolerated them long enough. So begin deployment. Again, war's not going to happen until next episode. It's just start making preparations. We want to go pick up the rest. Yeah, kind of not sure about this, but you will remain theirs. They're going to be called into here. Head to Crete. Parnia has taken this area. Or have they? Or have they already had it? Or now wasn't paying attention. And obviously this will stay back in Phrygia. The garrison force. Get down the other way around. This is just to import food in the future. So we'll begin preparations for a future conflict of Egypt, which will make a big advance. I don't know if we'll include Memphis in there too. We don't have a claim on Memphis, but making gains on that would be beneficial. Also, I mentioned about this area being Monte Bardia. That's actually in Menelaus. Just to be correct. Search for the Egyptian fleet and blockade all along the coast. Well, it's all good here. That should be enough forces. No longer depressed. See. A Pontic. Crystal to boost popularity. Welcome. No doubt they're building up their fleet. Well, we need to find that fleet and stop them from building any further. I mean, we have the naval range. All we have to do is find where they're stationed at. Based on their direction, they're probably deep in the Nile. Urine. Who sent this baby away? Did somebody drop this baby off on our doorstep? Well? What the heck? Now, why would these Tibetanian Zoroastrians just leave their baby out like this? It's an infant. It's not like we're gonna adopt the child and make it our own. It doesn't work like that. That's just changing the last name. That's weird. Never had something like that happen to me before. Well, they're building it up here, but follow them. This is just to bring food over here. You know, just in case when you're stationed at an area like this. Okay, figured it out. Led by that same old admiral. So you ought to keep chase. And you're also the one to support the blockade. But the armies are ready. It's gonna take a while to get everybody on board. We're leaving these two out here. And of course that too. So where is their final destination at that point? Don't lose sight of them. If they're going to remain stationed in Alexandria, keep them there. Not here. Where the hell did they go? Did they went that way? Or they went to Central? It's being built all over the place. They're really building up the fleet. This can't be good to us. only go as far as here. Just find it, damn it! Fuck poverty, man. Really don't want him. I don't know about you, but I'm putting you there. What? Oh, I think I got something for you. This is what this is for. Put some useless bomb in there. I was gonna make sure it goes the other way. We just can't seem to locate the main Egyptian fleet. It keeps getting away from our sight. I give up. Give me a guess. Mas Romos. Of course. Well, in that case, blockade this pass then. This canal of the pharaohs. Nobody gets in or out. Most important fleet. Oh, don't worry about it. We still have our good. Well, in this case, let the Phrygian take over. Move into place, and then that's where you'll be settled here. And that, my friends, is where we'll stop the video. Now the real desert war will begin. So we will go to war. We will cut Egypt into two, taking Libya, the Delta, possibly Memphis as well, as we will soon have a claim on that in a month's time. We have the money to support for the war effort. We're no doubt ready for it. There's a lot of enemies out there, but we're ready to get bloody with this. And Seneca will assist us for the last time. And after Egypt's dealt with, we'll turn our attention to Rome. They did take this area, but they have not taken the full objective, so since we're not going to give these guys access, or did we give them access, did we? Let me see. Did you hear what I'm saying? Persian Empire? No! They never asked us. I ain't gonna give it to them. Because they've advanced too much. If they dare go up that way, and if they do a separate peace deal, well then I'm screwed. We know Rome hates our guts. Because we keep fabricating claims on them, and among other things, particularly the aggressive expansion. And they've never forgotten the alliance they dishonored. So we have all targets for Megahalis, which will be a hell of a war of the invasion there, along with a few defense forces, which we have to bring over here, and the two to defend that. These four armies here are the advanced force. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going to be in the next episode for Imperator Rome. A war with Egypt to take Alexandria, now Delta, possibly Memphis, if the aggressive expansion doesn't get too big on our part. And after that, then our next place to expand will likely be Rome for the Magna Graecia region. Because this is where almost where the real power of Rome lies. That and Latium. Like if we defeat them here, we'll advance up to Latium. Then turn our attention to Carthage, them too. That's gonna be our goal for the rest of this series, if it all goes well. And as for Persian Empire, still unsure. Because I predict if we ever fight, it's likely due to the Judean situation. And if Hellenic League and Persia does fight, it's going to be an extremely costly war, with very high casualties on both sides. So we'll hope you join us in the next episode of our war against Egypt. But until then, so long for now.